kids want to see a dead body.
How's it going, friends and family of the internet? Welcome to the Real AF TV podcast, the show about Halloween. We do these specials every once in a while throughout the year. I am Josh LaBaw.
And I am Jason Voorhees.
Yes, so good. It sounds so good, dude. Yeah, you got to come watch the video.
I'm Tim Wagner. If the cops ask.
If the cops are asking.
If the cops are asking, give them that guy's name.
I was here, video proof. I was here on Halloween night. Look at, here's the paper.
Yeah.
No,
I have an alibi.
Yeah,
I was here the whole time.
this is live.
Live. When this comes out for everybody else to watch, that's exactly when I am here. Also, don't go down into your basement.
Any little kid right now is like, oh, God. I don't have a costume because I'm working on getting things a little bit more permanent in the studio, and we're still unpacking. So I'm sorry, I don't have anything visual, but goddamn, Tim, this is great. Can you show the ears?
What was that?
Show the side of the, yeah, look at that.
What did you
say? Let me try again. No, okay, yeah. Move your ear closer to the camera so you can hear me. Okay,
oh,
yeah.
I think.
Sure. So good, dude.
I heard the sweet,
now you heard it?
sweet silence of when
void.
someone has ended. There's the void.
So good, dude.
All right.
But this is our Halloween special. Halloween 2023. Here we are doing goofy shit. Not doing our traditional fishing and random takes. If this is your first episode, thank you. It's crazy that you came to see one of our specials. We got a Patreon page if you want to help support us and help build sets for these holiday specials. We would do that. I would.
I would.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be so much fun. Okay. Anyways, hey, if you can leave us a review, that'd be cool too. Wherever reviews are these days, over on Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that. But none of that is needed anymore. We're still going to kick off the podcast how we usually kick things off, with a little bit of fishing news. Tim, this one comes from the local newspaper, the SWNnewsmedia.com. That's just the Southwest Metro area little paper group. And just a little quick one. Over the summer, Prior Lake has a 2023 Dive the Lake event. Fuck that up. This year they had about 40 volunteers. They get people who are divers. They get a tank and a couple hours, and that's what they do. And they go out, and what they did is they go out to these spots and lakes in Prior Lake, right? Because that's what the event is sponsored for. So they went out and they find these places where boaters usually anchor up for the summer. And they found a body this year.
For real?
Nah, I just did that for Halloween.
Oh, dang.
I know.
This got me nervous. I didn't think anybody was going to find it.
I didn't even know people hung out on Prior Lake. That's what Jason's saying.
Everybody knows me from Crystal Lake. I thought if I'd venture over one and get away with it, you had me nervous. I'm just joking. There's not a dead body out there.
Yes. This improv. Fuck yes. So the article actually said, that it's a 2 hour event, one tank. They found things like tires, chairs, anchors, an Iowa State Cyclones flag, normal
Nice.
shit.
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So that basically it's all just it's a big lake cleaning event to just raise awareness for everything. Of course, tons of bottles and cans and shit like that, sunglasses, because they're going to where people anchor up. And so basically it's just an event to bring awareness. They know they're not going to be able to make a huge dent in things, but there was still a quote in the article that said it probably weighs a ton. Like the shit we pulled out probably weighs a ton. I was like, whoa, that's still a lot of garbage.
That's a ton of garbage.
Yeah, quite literally a ton of garbage. So yeah, it's just one of those things that I just want to do some quick fishing news here in the beginning to kick us off, keep us on theme a little bit before we jump into our Halloween special. Oh, and you know what? One year they found a snowmobile.
Dang.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff at the water. I remember in Friday the 13th, 6, I was actually tied down to the bottom of the lake and murdered with a boat motor. So I'm very familiar with the water. I enjoy fishing news as well because I've spent most of my life in the lake. I actually spent a long time down there because I was dead at the bottom of the lake in Friday the 13th, 6. Jason lives. But then in Friday the 13th, 7, I was resurrected by, I think, like my niece or something. I'm related to her somehow, and she just had some sort of a weird mental outburst and then brought me to life with her brain powers, broke me free of the chains that I was tied down to the bottom of the lake with, and I flew out of the water because of her brain powers. All real believable shit,
Yeah, dude. I remember that. I remember that happening to you. Yeah, you told me that story after you came back.
Yeah, so you might, if you went down there, you'd see whatever I was tied down to, plus like a chain and a padlock. If you went at the right time, you would have seen me. I was there. But, brain powers got me out. So I'm not there anymore. The chains, as far as I know, chains and whatever I was tied down to still there.
Yeah. So. And your niece there, is she's still having those migraines?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, at the end, like, I think she was gonna like take my place, but then she killed me with an axe, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I kind of lost touch with her after she brought me back to life and then murdered me again.
Right. Yeah. I remember seeing the scar. That thing was bad.
Yeah, It was pretty gnarly. Okay. I mean, look at. You see that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can.
I see.
It's all like gross right there.
Look at. Oh yeah, it is gross right there. Yeah.
Bitch. All right, screw this.
I'm like the worst improv partner, man. I can't fucking.
It squishes my face in so tight. I can't do this anymore. Do you like the hair?
Yeah, there's one little hair coming out of the side.
So pretty. Oh, here's a problem. I took the earphones up so I can hear you talking, but it's so far away.
You can't hear me. Oh fuck, dude.
Jesus.
It looks like you just pulled off a fucking prosthetic from like a movie prosthetic, when people take off those faces, when they take off their faces that they have to wear for the film. That's what it looks like. Look like you just did.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is, really. I mean, the Jason mask is one thing, but to pull it off well, you got to have this creepy head. See, that's one of my scars
Yeah,
right
I
there.
see it.
Yeah, but yeah, um, yeah. Jason has died and come back a bunch of times, so he's real ugly. There's another mask out there that has the actual face, like
Oh,
underneath it, where
no.
and he's just hideous looking.
I
And
bet.
I didn't want to be that restrained. I was like, oh, I'll just get it so my face is still open, because once the
Right.
mask is over it, who cares?
Right.
But
Yeah.
then if my face gets like smushed like this,
It does. You can hear it when you're talking. It's all like, like
oh
you have
yeah,
this little muffle.
it's like I'm doing ventriloquism. Like it's my face is so squished I can't move my lips properly.
it's like the Patton Oswalt joke. I'm going into this bathroom, and no matter what you hear, do not come out.
This B word fat.
It just means that you can't move your mouth properly. Like that's what B
Yeah.
word fat is that your
You could
chin's
tell
so
that
big.
you could tell that somebody's fat over the phone just because of the the way they say bees. Belly is bottom and belly.
Ah.
Oh,
All right,
yes.
Tim. What do you say? Should we talk about Halloween now? Should we
Let's
do
do it, dude.
Let's get into a Halloween special. And I'm going to kick it off with one of my top 10 favorite things about Halloween.
Let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good.
I was shaking dice. If anybody knows.
What's he doing with his hand?
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Shaking dice. It's the only thing he's got.
That's just
Yeah.
that's my dance move. That's like the only. What else you got to do when you're sitting down?
Exactly. That's what you were talking about with Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good in the background.
I'm just dancing.
It's just a
jam
dance.
just gets me dancing. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Seriously, I love that. I wait for that song because we listen to like a Halloween playlist,
Yeah.
and then when Ghostbusters comes on, I do love it. It is a jam. I totally think that song is
What
a
are
jam.
what do they all got for Halloween playlists? You getting songs from like Hocus Pocus and stuff, or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if Hocus Pocus comes up specifically on the playlist or if Disney's just got that one on lock and key. I can't remember. Shit.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think no. I don't know. I can't recall for sure with Hocus Pocus specifically, but
Yeah.
you have to think that there's like Werewolf in Paris. Is that what that's called? No, that's a
London?
movie. But it's like,
Ow,
yep,
Werewolves in London.
Werewolves of London. Thank you.
Yeah. Ow.
Yep. His hair was perfect.
That's the best part.
Yep.
Sipping a pina colada. His hair was perfect.
It is just like the Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good every
Yeah.
time. I'm dancing around it,
Yeah.
and then I just wait for that part and I belt it out every single
Yeah.
time.
Tonight.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Ooh, yeah.
Every time.
Today, I actually was like talking about that song with my son randomly at supper time.
Yeah.
And he said that another little girl is like head over heels for that song.
Oh, really?
And he was telling me about his daycare. He's in school now, so he doesn't have all the same kids with him.
Right.
And there was a girl at daycare named Zoe. And he was like, "You remember Zoe from my other daycare?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Zoe loves that song." and then
Yeah,
I start making the noises and like deener 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 deen. And then I went, I can't. Oh, what's the other one where it goes down? Whatever. I'm brain farting, but I hit a couple of notes.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, he goes, in his best low voice, he can't get that low. He just goes, "Unafraid no ghosts."
Yeah, dude.
I'm just like, yes.
Yes.
So he knows the song because I hit it. It was like it's right at the end of where you go down with the notes, and I'm brain farting out because I hit those
Mhm.
other notes.
Right.
But it was
I
like
know.
right there. He knew when it came in. Unafraid no ghosts. And it's like he didn't sing it very well. He just kind of like talked it in a low voice. But I was like, shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nailed
Yeah.
it. I didn't even tell you what to say. Dude, that was
Right.
dope.
That is so dope, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a good ear for music. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hit him with some of that stuff and he'll just hit it. And then me and Shannon, my wife, just
Yep.
look at each other like,
Yeah, dude. I'll relate this to Halloween, where there will definitely be Mario themed costumes this year from us. Whether my
Okay.
daughter's just Princess Peach or if she's
Yeah.
Peach and I'm Mario or Luigi or something like that, we haven't worked out all the details because as this drops, we still have a week to figure this out. So we'll figure it out. It's not going to be
Yeah.
that hard, but right now the plan is that she's going to be Peach, and then me and my wife may or may not be Mario themed. We don't know. So
Sure.
she loves the Mario movie, and
Yeah.
we listen to Peaches
Oh,
3-4 times a week, easy.
really nice.
And yeah, Peaches. So we're getting ready for bed, and we have the little golden book. I'm reading it to her.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Dad, you sing Peaches?"
You sing Peaches?
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. But just a short version. So then I'm just like, "Peach, you're so cool." And I just start,
Yeah.
"And with all style, I'm gonna rule," and I
Yeah.
just go into that. And then eventually I just before the chorus, I'm like, "Okay, that's all." And she goes, "You sing the Peaches part." Okay.
Yeah.
So I do Peaches, and then I stop. I'm like, "Okay, we got to go to bed." And then, or no, I cut it short, and then I did Peaches, like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Bedtime. She gets up on her bed, and she starts singing it.
Nice.
Like, she's 2 years old, and she starts singing, because there's a part where he says, 1,000 Koops of Troopas couldn't keep me from you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she says, "Oh, the Koopas Troopas couldn't keep me from you." And I'm like,
Nice.
"Whoa, you just did a whole bar."
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I love it. I love it when the kids don't get the words quite right and they just say what they think they hear, and you're just like, hell
Right.
yeah. All the Koops of Troopas, the Koopas in you. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
It was so
I can't
good.
sing that one to Beckett like at bedtime because I get too amped. I actually got like if you ever watched The Big Bang Theory with like Sheldon or South Park with Cartman, where he can't hear the
Sailing away.
He has to finish the whole thing.
Has to
when
finish
you
the whole
started-
song. Yep.
When you started hitting it, and I just wanted to hit the Jack Black just yelling.
Yep.
Preach. Just really get into it.
The part at the end, and you just go.
Oh, yeah. But that's like me just going quiet with it. Like if I'm singing it,
Right,
dude,
if you
I'm
actually sing.
singing it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just belting that shit out. So that one doesn't work because then he's getting amped and I'm getting amped. And
Right.
Shannon's like, it's bedtime. And I'm like, fuck that. Alexa, play. And just
Play Peaches 2 times on repeat.
we need some rock in this bitch now. We are amped. We're screaming. We're doing some screaming tonight. But we have, dude, he's got the Alexa Dot in his room.
Yeah.
Every day the name changes. So I'm in there like, Alexa, it doesn't light up. I'm like, Amazon doesn't light up. I'm like, because you only get like 6 choices or whatever.
Right.
So I know it's one of them. I'm like, computer, it lights up. And I'm like, oh, there we go.
Oh.
Computer, play this.
He likes being called fucking computer tonight. Okay.
Well, it's because Beckett changes it. He's like, he gets in there and he's like, Alexa, change your name to Amazon. Amazon, change your name to computer. Also, just realized anybody listening to this with Amazon in the
Oh,
background.
yeah. Sorry, that was
It's just
setting off
going
your.
nuts. My bad.
And if you didn't know, now you know. Your
Yeah.
Alexa can change its name.
Yeah. And if you went in and tried to say something and it's not working, rewind back and see what I said, because it probably took that prompt. Now its name as well. Sorry, I wasn't thinking
Whoops.
about it.
Also say play the Real AF TV podcast on Amazon Music.
Yeah, say it.
Because we're there. I had to do it. I had to do it. That's just,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
For us, we don't have any good news on the costume side because we're going on the road trip. So we already went and bought the costume.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a ninja for the second year in a row.
Fucking, it's cool.
Fucking ninjas are dope, and we went to Costco, and it's like normally like a $29.99 costume.
Nice, it's a good one.
And it got marked down to like $19.99, so we paid like $20. It's like a full outfit with a sword and 2 sais.
Yes.
He's like, can I be the ninja? And I'm like, you were a ninja last year. And he's like, but I want to be a ninja again. And I'm like, but when we were in the other Halloween store, you also said you wanted to be a vampire, Huggy Wuggy, Batman, and I can't remember what the other thing was. And I was just like, so like every time we see something, you want to be something. And it sounded like Batman was the most promising.
Oh, okay.
But do you want to be a ninja over Batman? Because we can get a Batman costume. And he's like, I think I want to be a ninja. Just like, whatever, dude. Sold. Easy.
Okay. Cool. $20.
Yeah.
Got a sai. Got a couple
cheap.
sais. Sword.
It's cheap. I'm not being the shitty parent that just goes, hey, whatever you say, don't you want to be this ninja? You know, it's like I gave him I tried to talk him out of it even, and he still went with ninjas. So whatever, dude, you're a ninja again. Probably a ninja next year too. I don't know.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love it. I was just gonna ask if it's got nunchucks or something cool, but that totally.
It's got the katana on the back, dude, and the size and the waist belt.
Hell yeah, that's.
And
awesome.
I think maybe I should get a ninja too, and then I could just walk around talking like, shit. I can't get past his characters' names.
Hayabusa.
Chris Farley.
Oh yes.
I'd be the Beverly Hills Ninja.
Be the Beverly. Yep. I thought you might be going with is that Ninja Gaiden? I think his name is Hayabusa. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
It could be. A lot of those names seem to like stay with everything. Like the names, I don't know if there's just not a lot of names to choose from, but it seems like a lot of the stuff gets recycled. Like his name would be Hayabusa. The motorcycle's name is Hayabusa.
Right.
Like there's that Super Arena, which is like the exact same name as I believe like the main character in One Punch Man. I believe they're both like the
are they?
Saitama. Yeah, like the Saitama Super Arena or something. And then like I think the main character's name is Saitama. Or something like that. It's funny. I just hear the same name used in like multiple places.
They may be. I don't know enough about samurai because ninja samurai, right? There's actually a difference, I think. But anyways, I don't know enough about it. But I'm wondering if if like a Hayabusa is like a black belt of ninjas or some shit. Please, if you are Japanese and you know this or you studied Japanese culture, leave it in the comments. Go to realaf.tv/contact. Email us directly. I want to know. I just don't have time for another hobby.
I will say this is random, but when you're saying that, you know, there's a difference, there's a big difference because I don't know everything about him, but a ninja is like a sneaky, dirty fighter, and a samurai is like all about honor, and he'll wear his big ass headdress and walk into the middle of your town. You like
Yes.
show up and fight me, and a ninja like comes out of the shadows and just murders you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. I fucked that one up. But thank you.
No, you said
Yep.
there was a difference.
Oh,
I'm just saying there's a big difference.
there's
Like,
a
they're
big
polar
difference. Yeah.
opposites.
And it really comes down to that, like, yep, no mask, big hat, good clothes, standing out in the open. That's a samurai. Like, I'm here. Come fight me, motherfucker.
Yep.
And a ninja, if all goes well, didn't even know it was there except for that one guy. That one fucking guy. He knows that ninja was here.
And he might have known it was a ninja. Or he might have just known that something hit him in the neck. He's like,
just neck pain. That's
right.
it. Game over.
The last thought he had was, what was that?
Do you want to jump into movies, Tim? Or do you want me to go into my Halloween
Sure.
history? Because you know I did some Halloween history and had to bring that up.
Oh, dude, I don't, whatever, dude.
Let's get silly and then let's go into some movies because I know you got movies. We've been on a thread here a little bit with stand up, and you remember because we were talking about Chris Rock and stuff, and you said hey, that he had a serious role, and then you're like, but I'll bring that up in the Halloween episode, and now here we are. You got that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's leave that as a teaser for the listeners and jump into some Halloween history.
All right.
So I was reading the Sunday morning edition of the October 29th, 1922 Amarillo Daily News, as you know, one does just casually.
Yeah.
I got it from the Library of Congress, dude. It was fucking cool. Library of Congress has scans of all these old newspapers, and a search pulled it up. So there was some sort of AI had, some sort of text recognition program had found Halloween, and it just pulled up this October 29th, 1922 paper from Texas. And I was like, cool. I'm going to read this one thing. I ended up reading this entire page.
Okay.
It's all faded and shit because it's 1922 and I don't know when they scanned it. And it was hard to read, but I could read it. Dude, it was so cool. I loved it. I loved every minute because I'm a history dork like that. But Halloween was spelt HALLOWE''EN. I didn't look that up because I just wanted to have a weird back and forth of like, what the fuck could that even mean? Because an apostrophe typically means there's a letter missing or there's part of a word missing.
Yeah, that it's a conjunction.
Yeah, like don't is do not.
Yeah.
DONT.
Yeah.
DON.
Can't.
Yeah. They took the O out of do not.
All that. Yeah, you take a couple of letters out. Yeah.
Yeah. How fucked
weed.
up.
Weed is we would.
Yep.
So if you got Halloween, what the fuck is EN?
What the fuck would it mean, dude? I didn't look it up because it was just too hollow.
It's like after like All Hallows Eve, but there's still no N in any of that. Oh, maybe evening.
A hollow evening.
Hollow evening, and then they're just like maybe it was even like just a screw up. Where they're just trying to.
It was all over the page, dude. It was all over the page. It was in the headline of this page.
Just trying to say should we? So it's a Halloween evening, yeah, and they just tell it to some lady that's like half paying attention. It's Hallows Eve, so we call it like Hallows Evening, and she's like Halloween. What did you say? Just like no, I don't. Yeah, that actually sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Halloween. And this was the invention of the word Halloween. No,
yeah,
it was
right.
It was not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
Should I look it up?
If you want to, sure. But Halloween evening doesn't even work. That's what's so stupid.
Now I
Anyways.
feel like I should for the listeners too, because now we're all curious.
Okay. I should have looked it up, but I was just like, what the fuck? I'm moving
Well,
on.
it's
with
okay
it.
though. It's good to not, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to. Your side would have been just bullshit.
Right. Because I would have been lying.
What
and
is it? Actually, I know. Haha, joke's on you.
Right.
You fucking idiot. Here's the answer.
So while you're looking it up, I'm going to take a quote out of the paper, out of the Amarillo Daily News. Halloween, when it started far back in the midst of time, that I just had a weird not reading moment there. And so that is a direct quote. Halloween, when it started far back in the midst of time. That was just how they wrote in 1922, apparently.
As far back in the mists of time.
Yep. That's how far back Halloween in 1922. That was just when Halloween started far back in the mists of time.
This is how they sung back then too. I mean, well, not even back then. 1920 was getting into like some regular.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Just like
definitely.
horns and stuff.
I love
But
that
I was just
song.
like, as soon as you said like the mist, I started thinking of the Hobbit, where they got all those like trolls or whatever sitting around inside that thing, and they started talking about the Misty Mountain. And it's just like a low pitch.
I never watched that movie, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but I
it's
love
kind of a cool song. They all start harmonizing together.
Mm-hmm.
Out into the misty mountain, and I don't know any of the words.
Sounds like
but
I
it's
need
just-
to look that song up. It sounds
It's
fucking
just
dope,
low.
dude.
Yeah, it's just low voices like that. Everybody's just saying this.
And they're singing about Misty
Yeah.
Mountains. This sounds like a song right up my alley, dude.
Dude, it sounds good. It's like very like ominous, and they're talking about, because I think that's in like the desolation of smog. I've only seen the Hobbits. I've never seen the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so this would, yeah. So you know what you're talking about at least.
Yeah.
For sure. Like you're not mixing anything up.
Nope, it's definitely in the Hobbit movies, because I've never watched any of the Lord of the Rings,
Okay.
which I probably should. I don't know.
Shit. Sorry.
What?
You keep going. You buy me some time here. I gotta plug in my screen. It's running on battery. It's gonna die. So do you
okay.
have the thing for the Halloween?
So it says the origin of Halloween. Yeah, if you got to do whatever your screen is, I can definitely fill in here. It says, what to know. The spelling of Halloween derives from its earlier name, All Hallows Eve, which is what I said. I'm smart. I think maybe. No, not really. I'm just saying like, well, this is what it was, but it doesn't make any sense. Or Eve, it puts in parentheses, which like that still doesn't help us out. Which took place the night before All Hallows Day, now known as All Saints Day. All Hallows Even was shortened to, or Hallows Even was shortened to Halloween, and later Halloween with no parenthesis, or apostrophe, not parenthesis.
Even? What the fuck?
So the costume and the trick-or-treating may come from a mix of Celtic and Middle Ages traditions.
Yep.
But yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense where they say maybe evening was spelt different back then.
Oh.
So it literally says night before. So All Hallows Eve, which took place the night before All Hallows Day, known as All Saints Day. All Hallows Even was shortened to Halloween. So they don't even say why anybody said it was Hallows Even. All Hallows Even. Which is
even?
All Hallows.
Yeah. So
All
you still have to
Hallows
take out the
Even.
S.
It does
Hallows
say
Even.
It says or Eve. Yeah, so
Eve.
it just says All Hallows Even. I think I said evening the first couple of times because it.
No,
just
you said
felt
even
like
because I came back right away and I was like, even? What the fuck is an
did I
even
say it
supposed
right?
to mean? But maybe
Yeah.
even must be an old way to say hollow evening.
Well, it says or Eve.
Right.
So apparently even is like long
Well, where's the
form
end come
for
from still
Eve.
then? We've probably talked about this in an older special.
Well, that's what I'm saying with the even, because
Right.
it's even or Eve. So even must have been an old time word for Eve.
An old timey word for, yeah. Must have
Like
been.
when you're just like No, the sun's setting. Looks like it's getting even. Even what? Even more dark than it was before. It feels like there's some sort of a who's on first type joke to be made there. Oh, it's even. Even Steven?
Even with what?
Steven.
Who's even?
Steven doesn't have anything to do with it. He went home well before even. Even what?
I thought even was just down the street.
Yes, I suppose if he's out here every night, we could call him Even Steven.
It's the creepy guy that only comes out in the even.
Right. Maybe ironically, it had nothing to do with the fact that it was rhyming. It was just there was a creepy guy named Steve that was always out in the eve.
Right.
And they go, you children know to get inside and lock down the doors before even Steven comes and eats your all your candy. I don't know. Eats you. Go out in the field and slaughter the goat. Put a big red X on the front, so even Steven knows your butt is off limits.
Oh my god. Okay, let's jump back into some more history. So this paper, it said that Halloween, remember when it started as far as the mist of time. It was a time when evil spirits came out to murder and destroy. What? When the fuck,
dude?
You just made that up.
Martyr and destroy, dude. Martyr. So martyr has a different term, like different meanings too. Because martyr is the term you use for somebody who dies like a righteous death. Like somebody who dies, like they use it as a religious thing. Like you're dying in the name of your religion, you become a martyr.
Oh, right.
But if you're already dead, then martyr is also another term for.
Oh no, yeah, something
messing with butts.
When you look it up on Google, like I just put martyr meaning.
Yeah.
And it came up with in a different language.
Ooh.
Whoa, dude.
Well, it sounds like a French word.
No, it's like northern. It's probably Celtic because it has those O's and shit over it. Slatterer. No, that's Irish. I don't know.
What did you just say? I don't know what you just Slatter?
Slottier.
Slottier?
Yeah, it looks like slaughter to me.
Oh, that's what it says? Oh, martyr.
Slottier. Yeah, it looks like slaughter, but I don't know.
Slottier.
Man, it's like Google can't even fucking translate it. So, I don't know. It must.
I just picture like, well, you know, as All Hallows Eve.
Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong too. That could be.
The ghosts, they come out and they murder and they slaughter. If it's don't worry about the words. Marad. Oh, is it? Oh, Marad. Marad. That makes sense. Marad. Marad makes way more sense.
Yep.
Yes.
Come out to marauder and destroy.
Yes. The marauders out there.
That makes sense. I think my light's too hot over there.
For all the children listening, no. You just there's a reflection of your reflector.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
So you got that white. But no.
I'll fix that later.
Yeah. If for those children out there listening and you're just like, well, what's a marauder? That would be Borderlands. That's marauders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lawless, insane creatures.
Yep.
So the marauders, the ghosts are marauders. That sounds scary, doesn't it, kids?
And destroy.
Marauders are when Halloween comes around. You guys are all like, let's grab our bags and walk door to door asking for candy. The evil spirits
Yep.
marauding spirits out there
Right.
that are martyrs. They don't give a shit.
That are martyrs.
die-
So
they'll die
they're
for their
like
cause.
religiously entitled to do this.
They're dead once. They'll die again. And you're just like, I'm just going to go and try to fill my bag with candy. Good luck.
Good luck
Find
fighting
me
off the martyrs.
Yeah, find me on the couch. It's safely in my house, waiting for you to ring my doorbell while I hand you some candy, watching scary movies. I'm not going out there with the ghosts. Just kidding. I'll be out there with a little ninja.
Sneaking up on people.
Yeah, I mean, he can handle himself. He's got a sword and two sides, you know.
Yeah,
Those things have no
exactly.
shot.
So this was cool. I like this one. So this is a quote. Well, I'll say when the quote is. On the quote, ancient agriculture calendar, end quote. Halloween was a New Year's Day. That's a quote in a way. So they're basically they say the ancient agriculture calendar. That was a quote from the paper.
Yeah.
Like they can't say the word Celtic.
Weird.
Like they have to beat around that. And it has to be some old Christian shit where they're just like, I can't acknowledge that, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So the ancient agriculture calendar, that's a quote, was a New Year's Day of sort, which is cool and true. I didn't listen back to our old ones and if I said it already, but it is like that was kind of like it was the death of the summer.
Okay.
And the birth of the winter, basically.
Yeah.
And so it was like a new year. It was kind of the new year dying.
I mean,
almost.
I guess that makes sense. It seems like you should have the new year be spring, but maybe you don't have a day that kind of like coincides with it.
Right.
I suppose. Man,
Right.
dude, so they make it just dark. Dude, it's the end of the old year. Everything's going to die. Ghosts are coming out. Spooky as shit this time of year. And it's about to get cold. So things are going to get bad. Hey, this is a random side note. I learned about this today. And because you brought up Catholic, I just have to like share this. Maybe we can talk about it some other time because I found it fascinating.
Yes. Tell me.
In Montana, there is a dinosaur like park, but it's like biblical themed.
Dude.
Do you know about this?
We are going to talk more about that. Remember in our summer break when I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
We did a summer break episode and we talked about my road trip to Montana.
Yeah.
We stayed across the street from that thing.
Did you really?
Yeah, there's not much more to the story, so I'm just going to keep going. I was like, we should have went to that dinosaur museum.
So
Sarah,
yeah,
my wife, goes,
No.
I'm like, what? Why not? We already went to a dinosaur one on the way back. How come we don't? That one's like religious or some shit.
Yeah.
And I went,
wait,
what the fuck?
It sounds awesome because I like. Apparently, this tells the story of how the dinosaur extinction happened because Noah didn't bring the dinosaurs on the ark.
Oh my God. If it could have been me and my wife only, that would have been great. But I'm not bringing my 2-year-old who is into dinosaurs to that.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking sweet, dude.
I mean, like, I'm not trying to shit on anybody's religion or anything, but carbon dating shows us that dinosaurs existed millions of years before
humans.
Well, it's like maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe like 300,000 years before humans, but still nowhere close.
You're not wrong saying millions. Like, I'll just say that.
It was a long, long time ago. And that the dinosaurs went extinct because of Noah not loading them up. Also, fun fact, we also know because of carbon dating, did you know that the T-Rex is closer to the existence of humans than the T-Rex is to the existence of a Stegosaurus?
Yes.
A Stegosaurus is so goddamn old that it was so far back that a T-Rex and a Stegosaurus weren't even close. Like it was
Are-
closer to have humans and T-Rex at the same time as T-Rex and a Stegosaurus. And this place is just like, actually they all existed, and Noah was just like, no room on the boat.
So I forgot about the Stegosaurus part, but yeah, I knew that there was a crazy stat where there was something about like 2 kinds of dinosaurs are further apart than, yep. And it's, of course, you use the T-Rex because it's the bitchin' top of mind one. But yeah.
Right. Well, and because everybody thinks that like, oh, he's got these big plates that a T-Rex couldn't kill him. Well, he didn't have to worry about a T-Rex ever. They never even, they literally so far apart in the timeline that they never even had to worry about coexisting. I'm sure that there was some other sort of form of predator, and I don't know which times all these different things
right, because there's the
existed.
Jurassic period and there's all those different periods of dinosaurs, right? Yep.
Right.
But I get what you're saying.
And I would assume some of them, like in an evolutionary status, just making an educated guess, I would assume like a Spinosaurus existed well after a T-Rex because the Spinosaurus had arms. I'm assuming that that's like the predatorial evolution,
right?
They're just like, what the hell are we supposed to do with these? And then they're like,
we need to get them things bigger.
Also a fin so he doesn't tip over. That's how sailboats were invented. No,
Dinosaurs invented sailboats. Put that one on a t-shirt. All right. Let's get back to Halloween quick.
It's just as believable as the extinction of dinosaurs came about because a 400-year-old man didn't put him on his big boat. I guess it also says shit about how like all the predators on the boat, like they add answers for everything. All the predators on the boat didn't eat all the other animals because they all went into extinction, or not hibernation. Sorry.
Oh.
All the predators hibernated, which is
hibernate.
not something that they do. Not all of them, but they did for this because they were just like, we get it. If there's a big flood, this is a boat. I'm just going to take a nap.
I'm just going to nap the whole time.
It's the
simple
motion of the ocean.
Right. Puts the predators to sleep. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. But the not predators were alive the whole time. And then they just didn't have to eat or something. I don't know. Anyways, sorry.
Okay, back to Halloween.
Yep.
This is one of my favorite parts about it. The ancient agriculture, calendar, New Year's Day.
Yep.
Okay, yep, that one, you put it on the Celts. And then this story I could not back up. But it's too funny. I have to share it.
Okay.
Halloween is the reason why we pay the rent on the 1st.
What?
This paper said that, dude. Now I'm I read it and then I paraphrase things. But yes, dude, that's what it said. So Halloween was the day when the landlord, that's a quote, landlord would come for his cut. And they would eat and party and drink cider and bob for apples. This is a quote. The landlord would come and they would do things like, quote, cider drinking and apple bobbing.
Nice.
So landlord came over, partied all night. And then by the time it was time for him to take his cut and actually start collecting, it was November 1st. It was early morning on the 1st. So that's why you pay your rent on the 1st.
Everything has like an evil undertone for me because I just like watch so many different horror movies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I just picture like the guy coming over. First off, that does kind of make sense. Like if you're saying that it's the New Year's and they only paid rent like once a year, where he comes around and he's like, that was the end of the year, 1st of the year.
Pay me, bitches.
My cut of the bounty.
Right.
And also, while I'm here, let me see your child take that apple out of the bucket with no hands. I just picture him just being like a weird evil dick.
Right.
And then they're just like, okay, he's a
Okay.
landlord.
Look at them.
He's got
They-
Lord in his name.
Look at these children. They almost drowned with this activity. It's quite delightful.
It is nice. I don't let them up until they get the apple. They don't get the apple. They don't get up. One less mouth to feed. A bigger cut for me next year.
Oh my god, dude. That's horrible. So funny though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horror movies are horrible. I mean, when we're in this horror movie state of mind, everything's dark.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Halloween was less a night of deviltry and more a night of hospitality, good fellowship, roaring fireplaces, good night, good things to eat and drink, and delightful superstitions.
Oh,
That is a quote.
superstitions.
Halloween was less a night of deviltry and more a night of hospitality,
Oh,
good
dude,
fellowship,
like one
roaring
word.
fireplaces, good things to eat and drink, and delightful superstitions. You know
That
why?
Why?
All Saints Day. This is the Christian part of
Oh,
it again.
yeah.
They're just like Halloween. That is another part of this. Is that there's another part of this that said, "Oh, did you know Halloween just used to be All Saints Day?" It's like,
Yeah.
no,
Well, it's the same.
no, it didn't.
Isn't? Well, I
It's a
mean,
combination, but yeah, you're right. Keep
right,
going.
right. But I mean, it's like the same shit in Mexico, right? It was like that's like a lot of them are Catholic,
Mhm.
and they have. I thought that was more of a Catholic thing, not just like a Mexican thing. Was the Day of the Dead, which I think is kind of like the same thing, which is
Oh.
the day.
Dia de los
How-
Muertos.
Yeah, de muertos,
Dia de yeah.
or is it de los
De
muertos?
los Dia no.
I don't know. Tortuga is
Yeah.
turtle. Uh,
I'm close. You tell me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong, how I'm wrong, but
Dude,
it's Dia de los
I-
Muertos.
I was completely
Day of
thrown
Muertos.
off. But I was just saying, like, I was pointing out that to say, like, a lot of them are just like, yeah, you dress up and you do your thing, but it's like to celebrate the dead.
Mm,
And at some point, it became like super commercialized. And now it's just about like dressing up in a costume and getting candy and playing
Right.
scary movies.
and
Which
watching
is
scary
completely
movies.
cool. I'm cool with it. I love everything about Halloween from a non-religious aspect. If you're religious and you celebrate stuff, I'm not shitting on it.
Right. No, me neither.
You know, it's whatever. But I like all the non-religious aspects of it.
Yep. Me
you know,
too.
All that stuff is fantastic.
It's so much fun.
It's definitely one of the best parts of the
Let me
year.
tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Love it.
Yeah. Wean it. What the fuck was I just gonna say?
Sorry.
Oh, when you were no, that's okay. When you were talking about it, I was so thrown off because when you said deviltry,
Yep.
I did not take that as one word. I took it as devil tree, and I
tree.
was like, "What the hell does that mean?" It's not a night of deviltry; it's a night of whatever. And I'm just like, "Whoa." You're just gonna throw that out there like I'm supposed to know what the hell we're talking about?
I'm supposed to know what the fucking devil tree is.
It's not a night of deviltry. I beg to differ. It's definitely a night of deviltry.
I used to hang out on the devil tree every Halloween.
It is creepy.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
This is another
Didn't
great
derail a
one,
bunch.
and might have to. Ooh, where's my Newsy Boys voice when I need one? Boy, that was a good one. Here comes down the pipe, and I got it. Its origin dates back even before the annual coal shortages.
You say the animal coal shortages?
No, the annual coal
annual.
shortages.
The annual coal shortages. Oh, way back then.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
totally
like
know
you remember
about
the annual coal
sh-
shortages, but it was
Yeah,
back before that
definitely.
even.
The that time of year where we get short on coal.
Dude.
I mean, it makes sense. They do stop selling it, on the pallet in the main aisle because less people grill in the winter.
Yeah, right.
So
Exactly. So
I
there
get
are
that.
the annual coal shortages come fall. Right.
Right.
Yeah, that
Yep.
makes sense. Good point, dude. I thought it was
Yeah.
weird, but now it makes total
No,
sense.
that is funny though, that in the 1920s that was just a thing that everybody knows about. They're just like, you guys get it. When we
Yep.
get low on coal, it's actually from before then. Like
Right.
before then? But we've always been low on coal.
Right. Exactly, dude. That's why I loved it so much. I was like, oh my God. I love this. This is the other one with the All Souls Day. I found it now. Okay. So it's really All Souls Day or All Saints Day or whatever. It says All Souls. So I copied that. It's really All Souls Day, but all the sinners celebrate.
Ooh, nice one. Get them.
Dude. Oh, yeah. And I forgot to say, get them. Yeah. So this is Tom Sims Halloween. He had his own section in there. Tom Sim has his own section in the paper.
Tom Sims does not sin.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he is a sinner though.
Maybe he is one of the sinners, but this is his take on Halloween. He must have been all the flim flam back in the day.
All the flim flam. Well, the one thing too, I wonder like how preachy they're getting, but they're saying that maybe that was just clever. Maybe back then, like even like the old ladies would like giggle about it because
About that, yeah.
they say that like we're all sinners, and that's why we need to go to confession to confess our sins because we're all sinners.
That's right.
So I think maybe that was just his little like joke, and they all got it. Like even the most religious of them, like the nuns reading the paper,
right?
Just like even the sinners, but all the sinners celebrate. And she's like, "It is so true. We are all sinners."
Oh, Tom, you're so funny.
Oh, Thomas, we were born with the original sin. Yes, you get it. You rascal, you.
Oh my God. This is by far silliest episode we've ever done. I love it. Here's a great joke.
Yeah.
If you have old furniture you dislike, just leave it on the porch. What the fuck is that supposed to mean, dude?
I don't know.
If you have old furniture you dislike, just leave it on the porch.
Is that what evolved into like passing out candy?
No.
Like they're just like, if you don't like your furniture, put it out. And then people just like walk around and they're just like, Tom, that chair, you don't want it? I will take it. That looks like a nice chair.
Is that what the parents were doing?
Yeah, I don't know. They're just walking around the kids, talking to kids.
Right.
Susie, you look like you could use a new chair. Moneybag Tom's doesn't need this one. He's apparently got a surplus of chairs. Would you like his chair?
Seems like that writing job over at the papers is paying pretty good.
Oh, mother. I could pretend like I'm at school, at home, with a second chair like this.
Oh, yes. So
Dude,
speaking about kids,
I love how there's no description. It's just a bunch of inside shit that everybody's supposed to get.
I think
you
so.
get it.
Yep. You get it.
No, the weird thing is he's the part about that gives me the most is that he's saying it like this is laying it out there for you to get. Like people don't know this is a thing, right? Otherwise, why would you write it down? If you have old furniture, just leave it outside. And they're just like, ooh, good point, Tom. Why would we do that? And he's just like, next paragraph.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it feels like as I was reading it, dude. It's so funny.
And then maybe that's why it evolved into candy too, because nobody was giving anybody a good reason. Where they're just leaving furniture out there, and they're just like, well, why the hell are you putting your furniture on the porch? Tom said it in his article. What for? People might want the furniture. Yes. I want candy. Just go, maybe I'll put out candy next year instead of my old couch. And then it's just like, what the fuck?
That's what it turned into. That was it. That was the exchange. So fucking weird.
This is very weird. Very weird.
Okay, so I got another one, another coal one. Steal your own fence and gate, and it will help you with the coal bill. This is the only way you can give the coal barons the gate.
The coal barons. There are so many things in this article that I don't know what they're talking about.
Dude.
How is steal spelt?
Oh, steal, STEAL, like steal, like take your own gate and fence.
Because at first I was like, why would you take your own gate? And then I was like, oh, maybe they mean like
Right.
you're supposed to like
gate.
reinforce it or something.
Right. Nope.
With steal.
Nope.
Okay.
Steal your own fence and gate, and it will help you with the coal bill. Because that's the only way you can give the coal barons the gate. I don't even know what the fuck giving them the gate is supposed to mean. Is that like slamming the door in their face? What the fuck?
They must not be able to come and pick it up. I don't know.
If somebody out there is an old-timey comedian, please explain this shit to us. Because
Everybody knows that the
fucking
coal
hilarious.
barons live at the corner of Pumpernickel and Pete. They won't be able to come and gather your gate. You must steal your gate and bring it to them. Don't pick it up, though. Everyone knows if you pick it up and just take it to them, that's a problem. You must put on your ninja outfit and sneak up on it. Steal it.
Sneak up and steal your own gate.
Don't let the gate know you're coming. Do not talk about your plans in front of the gate with your wife. Just the weirdest shit.
Oh my god. Tom's being all funny, right? And then he throws out this one at the end of the article, damn near the end of the article, right? Throws out a real good one. Blindfold everyone and let them hunt thumbtacks barefooted.
Hell yeah, Tom.
Oh, dude. Hits him hard, dude. Hits him hard.
Is that how the trick or treat came about too?
Yeah. Hey, wear this mask, kids, and then come into my house. I have thumbtacks for you. No shoes, though.
Yeah. Oh, the neighbors have quite the array of furniture. I would like to show you, but I want it to be a surprise. Put on your blindfolds. Oh, yeah, I got you good. You walked on stacks, you fuckers.
Fuckers.
You thought it was going to be a treat, but I gave you a trick.
Oh, fucking A. Oh, so good. Oh, Tom and your shenanigans.
That damn old Tom. Just out there making jokes. Well, I was gonna try to go like a topographical like timing thing, but I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. I was gonna be like out there making jokes before the coal shortages, but no, he's alive during the coal shortages.
Right. He's aware of it. Yep.
Yeah, he's talking about how the mists of
time. No, that was the other part of the that was it. Someone else. Either way,
shit.
I see where your mind was going though.
I was on a roll and tried to make a joke, and then like I opened my mouth and realized the flaw in my logic immediately. Damn it. Shit.
Well, I'm live right now. I gotta just keep going with it. Try see if anything comes out of it. And me as your improv partner, I'm just trying to go. What do you want? Should we just talk about movies? Like I'm trying to avoid it.
Hey,
I'm not even trying to help.
Sometimes you get stuck in a corner and then you just have to tell people, here's what was going to happen.
Right.
And I made a mistake. So now we're done with that.
So we're going to move on. Let's talk about movies. Tim, you got movies, right? Like, I mean, besides the Chris Rock one, you got other stuff you want to talk about?
I got a couple.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Yep.
start quick because I don't got anything except for kid shows like Scooby Doo's. Like, and then those aren't necessarily kid shows, but like, Netflix shows
Yeah.
that have a Halloween special baked into them, or cartoon series that are dropping on Netflix and small, like Scooby Doo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Love them. We're having such a good time because now my daughter's old enough to like Scooby Doo outside of Halloween. So then you bust out the Halloween one and it's like, whoa.
Sure. Yeah.
Or you watch the Netflix show enough times all the way through that Halloween one just falls in there. But now specifically you pull out and you go, hey, this Netflix show, that Halloween one. Oh yeah, let's watch that.
Yeah. Nice.
I just love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I was searching just like Halloween stuff, and I saw a lot of different Halloween specials of everything for him, and he was like, just wanted the new shit. Just sees like a movie he never seen before, and he's like, let's watch that. Go up. All right, dude. It's probably gonna suck. Like,
Okay.
There's a reason nobody's heard of this.
Right.
And then,
Right.
then I go and watch a little bit of it, and we're over it right away. So, yeah. But I've been trying. I think I just need to go in when he's not paying attention. Because the problem is if he sees the menu and I'm looking at it, he's like, yeah, that one. And I go to whatever, and he's like, no, dude, the other one.
Yeah.
And you're like, that one's going to suck. Trust me on this.
I know. They put it on the front page so it can get at least some views and they don't have to feel bad about themselves. But it's going to suck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, dude. Since we teased it, I'll talk about Spiral.
You're going to, what is it? Spiral?
Yeah. Right? I better. Now you got me second guessing myself. Dude, that is a problem that I have. It sucks.
I know.
I will know that I'm right about stuff. I will lock the door. I'll walk out to the car and my wife is like, did you lock the door? And I'm like, yeah, but now I got to go check again because you asked.
Yep.
You know,
I have that to a certain extent too, dude. It's like, just like in this case, you're like, shit, I'm going to go check quick. But here's the thing. The why I asked while you look it up quick. I heard you say Spyro, like the purple dragon. And I was like, no fucking way. Did they really do that? Could they pull that off? Turn the cube? No. Is that possible?
Nope. Tis not.
Good.
It is spiral, like the symbol that is on Jigsaw's little
cheeks
doll. Yeah, the cheeks. And I believe in one of the movies it might have been on the forehead because I think they've had a couple of different dolls. There's been quite a few. Dude,
Saw is way bigger than I expected it to be. Like the universe is bigger than I expected.
Oh, it got to a point where they were just like the storylines were kind of weak and they were always trying to give like a twist. And at the end, you'd be like, all right, whatever. And then it'd just be like gruesome deaths. And this one was like no short of gruesomeness, but also didn't seem to have as good of a budget. Like some of it looked really fake.
So to be perfectly clear, this is a Saw in the Saw universe spin-off sort of movie. So like it's not part of Saw 7 or whatever the fuck number they're on now. It's not part of that like series.
Right.
Okay.
So I mean, spoiler alerts coming here. If you haven't seen this movie yet, it came out in 2021. It's okay. You can go watch it. So
do you know where it's on? Or did you rent it?
Where did I watch it? On Hulu. I watched it on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to watch it with ads and stuff. I don't know if you could find it other places, but that's where I found it was on Hulu.
Yeah.
And the only reason I have Hulu is because it came with Disney Plus, basically. It's like $2 more, and then you get Hulu and ESPN Plus, which ESPN Plus was the only place you could watch the London game. And I don't know if that's the same for this week, but the Toy Story animation was on Disney Plus, and then the actual game was on ESPN Plus.
Oh, so you
So I
think
don't know
that
what
Disney might have just struck the deal there?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that keeps happening. Where anybody wants to watch the game now has to have ESPN Plus for that one game.
Dude,
It's just like that's the only
I
place
saw
you
a
can-
headline that said that the Thursday night football game is so locked down on Amazon
Yeah.
that even the locals at Green Bay couldn't watch it. So like basically if your team plays on Thursday night, so it's not any local broadcast anywhere. You have to have Amazon.
I thought that it still was local.
I don't know. I just read the headline, so I'm just saying like they're striking some weird deals right now. I'm just kind of I don't know for sure.
I think we were the first Thursday night game.
We were
But I have Amazon, so I just watched it on Amazon.
right.
So I don't know if there was a local version of it.
And I don't know either because I don't have an antenna up yet.
Oh, sure.
So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you either.
Yeah.
Still working on that part.
I don't have local TV. I have everything else. I have so many things. It's a problem.
Is a problem.
But I like football, so like now you have to have like 4 different things.
Fucking A, dude, you do.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but I already had Amazon Prime. You know, Amazon Prime comes with just having Amazon Prime. It's not
Right.
like you pay more for the
yeah,
film.
Prime Video comes with just having
Yeah.
Prime. Yep.
Yeah, so that kind of works because I already had Amazon Prime just to have that.
Right.
But I'll tell you, Rotten Tomatoes, 37%
Oh,
of the critics liked it, but 75% of
Ooh.
the viewers. We were just talking about
going back to the
the
machine. The
machine.
last, yeah.
how that was crazy, and I gotta say, like it's not great, but it's watchable.
Okay.
It's not like a terrible movie. IMDb gave it 5.2 out of 10, which horror movies are normally like a decent horror movie is like a 6, and like a good horror movie is like a 7.
Oh,
To see an 8 for a horror movie is like, holy fucking shit.
really?
This is going to be the best horror movie I've ever seen. Yeah. So it's
Wow.
it's not bad. And I'll say it's kind of hard to take Chris Rock serious.
Mm.
And he doesn't play
Mhm.
it serious in a couple of spots.
Oh,
You
interesting.
know, he's not doing his normal stuff.
Ah,
You know, he's not he
Yep.
doesn't have his weird fingers. Hey, you know, and just getting loud and stuff.
yep. And
But
they
he's
amped up.
he's making jokes at like crime scenes and stuff.
Ah,
But as a like true crime fan and stuff,
mm-hmm.
this movie was bothering me a lot.
Oh,
I kept getting brought out of the storyline
okay.
as they were doing stuff because they didn't wear gloves ever. So again, spoiler alert, I'm talking like the main part of the movie here. So first I'll start by saying that this movie was like a spin-off of it. So you don't know what's really going on, but a guy gets murdered like early in the movie, and it ends up being a cop that gets murdered.
Okay.
And it ends up being like a Jigsaw style puzzle.
Mm.
And Jigsaw is the main killer of the Saw movies.
Yes.
And he is in this movie known to be dead. He died in one of the other movies.
Mm.
Also, spoiler alert, but if you're a Saw fan or you want to watch those movies, I don't know what to tell you. You should have seen them already. 2021, this one came out. And this one came out after all those other ones. You know, didn't the first Saw movie come out when we were like in high school or something?
Dude, yeah, it's old. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
so-
talking early 2000s for sure.
Yeah. So that movie's like 20 years old. But
Probably.
I know Jigsaw didn't die until later years. But anyways, this is like a spin-off of and it's basically a copycat. You know? So it's like a
Oh.
copycat of Jigsaw.
Okay.
And Chris Rock is like the main character. Chris Rock's dad is Samuel L. Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah. And they're just playing through it and stuff. So this cop ends up getting killed. And they're like, oh shit. like, what could this be? Because he's got like a crazy contraption, like clammed onto his tongue, and the jigsaw tape says that you have lied under oath to get a bunch of people wrongly convicted,
Mm.
and it is now your choice. You can either jump off of this stool and lose your tongue, or you can stay on it because he's in the subway tunnel and basically get murked.
Oh.
You know, it's choose
because
to
the
lose
train
your
will
tongue.
run into him.
Yeah, like lose your tongue and live, or die.
Yeah.
And that's basically the choice. So he gets fucking killed. And then they go down, they figure out it's a cop. This happens a couple more times where you're just like, damn, cops are dying, you know, all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think of how I should say this here. So the surprise twist endings in all these movies are something that's very sought after, and I think this is a big reason why critics didn't like it and everything, where it just kind of gets sloppy, and there's a lot of sloppy parts of it. So before I tell you the ending, I'll give another spoiler alert if people don't want the ending spoiled.
Okay.
Before I do that, but during this, they keep, as clues are coming in, they are sending in like white boxes that have like a USB jump drive.
Oh, okay.
And he's plugging it in the computer. Every fucking time they go and they find one of these boxes in a truck by a murder scene, they get sent these boxes. No gloves. Nobody's dusting for prints. Nobody's tying off shit. Everybody's just going,
just
grabbing
walking
the door
around
handle,
grabbing shit.
bare hands, door handle, opening the door, where obviously somebody had to open the door. Somebody, like, I don't know if they had gloves on or not, but if they touched anything there, or there's any hair or anything, you could get a DNA sample off of some of this. They had that box. That box was definitely in their hands. That USB jump drive was in their hands. Good chance that USB jump drive was touched at a point by no gloved hands, because they've had to have loaded this video, edited, do everything that they have to do with it.
Right.
Over and over and over again. I am just yelling at the TV, tampering with the evidence. And I'm like getting taken out. I'm getting taken out of the movie because I'm just like, when a movie is good to me is when it like ties up all the loose ends.
Right.
It's 100% believable. And the whole time I'm like, bullshit. They would never do this ever.
Right.
Unless they're just the most incompetent cops. Like not a single one of them goes, hey, I've seen shows too where they have like a handkerchief and they just take it out of their pocket and then they touch the door handle to open it up or whatever. So they're not putting their fingerprints on shit.
Right. Yep.
You could have done something simple like that to be like, oh, at least he tried.
Right.
Nope. Fuck it. Bare hands on
Fuck
everything. Just what are you guys doing? So,
oh my God.
So then the end. This is the
full
part,
spoiler ending. Here it goes.
Full spoiler. This is the part that really, like, where I'm just like, all right, I don't care for the way that ended. So he's got this whole thing. He's got Samuel L. Jackson is just like needles all over him, and he's like being slowly like drained of all his blood.
Oh God.
And there's like this target, and for whatever reason, the guy that's been doing all this stuff that ends up being the Jigsaw copycat has been Chris Rock's partner the whole time. I'm not going to go through the story the whole time, but he was like the new partner. Purposely got onto the force to be his partner, like likes Chris Rock, but wanted to be like, you're the only one that was nice to me, so I'm helping you by like murdering everybody in your department or some shit. It's kind of dumb. It's definitely like I'm definitely playing it down and making it sound worse than it is. It makes a little bit more sense, but it's kind of stupid in that regard.
Yeah.
But as he's got Samuel L. Jackson up, in there, and he's bleeding him out, and he's like, you got to do this and that if you want him to live or whatever. And he shoots the target, and I can't remember exactly what even supposed to happen because I was so lost on some of this shit. But
That's
as the guy is leaving, right? So it's like in this big studio apartment looking place. And you know how in the studio apartments they always have those elevators where when you get on it, you have to like slide the door shut before you hit the button to go down.
Yeah.
He's got one of those. He gets into it before he hits this button and slides it shut. And they start playing the same music that they play at the end of all the Saws, where it's supposed to be like, here's the intense music because here's the reveal, and everybody's supposed to go, what? But so he ends up like pulling up like this shotgun hand thing and points it at all the cops that just came in, and the cops fucking unload on Samuel L. Jackson and kill the shit out of him. But that guy just leaves out the elevator, and they end the movie there. And they showed there's like 40 fucking cops outside.
Right.
And they act like this guy's just going to walk away. Like, oh, it's over. Because these other ones, the original Saw, they end up going to like save the people or whatever. And they end up, or maybe it's a different one that they end up going to the wrong spot. But there's nobody around. There's not cops. You end up seeing that nobody knows where this guy is. He closes the door. It's kind of like the same ending with the door closing. But when the door gets closed, there's nobody around, and you know, oh shit, that guy's still alive, but he will die because nobody fucking knows where he is. And this one is like, they just saw you. Chris Rock is still alive. And he just has to be like, no, you killed my dad. Hey, he went down the elevator. He went down the go to the bottom floor. He's going down the elevator.
Yeah.
Just like, and they ended there. Like, we're all just like, I can't believe he got away with it. He didn't get away with shit. He definitely got caught 2 seconds after they rolled credits.
You're telling me that they just left all those cops' cars downstairs with nobody there to watch?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and with Chris Rock's performance was not the greatest.
Yeah.
He's not a bad actor, but this is the first time you've ever seen him in anything serious. And the way just he's kind of a silly looking dude and has been his whole life.
Yeah.
So you're expecting him to go like, gotcha. You know, there's something. And so like when they zoom in and there's one part where he's trying to be intense and he's just got like his eyes big, but he's kind of got his like lip curl a little bit, like, and you're just, I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry. I can't take you serious.
Right. You're like, yeah, I know that's a serious face, but I'm just.
Yeah. I can't get past who you are.
Right. That I'm expecting a joke to come at the end of that. Right.
Yeah.
Like there's this intense moment to only be followed by,
yeah,
got you, motherfucker.
Right. And he didn't do a bad job. Maybe other people can get past it, but for me, I was like stuck in it. Like there was a lot of things, and maybe I would have got more into the storyline if I wouldn't have kept getting brought out of it by everybody touching everything.
Yeah, by the shitty directing. That's what I'm gonna say. That one.
Yeah, it was just dumb stuff where they should have just been like, for 2 seconds, the director should have just been like, hey, we probably shouldn't touch everything, right? The cops don't like any research. Hey, officer, do you touch everything when you go into a crime scene? Oh, no, we actually touch nothing. Ooh, duly noted. You know, just
instead they're like, doesn't fit the story. I don't know how to direct around that. Don't do it.
We don't have time to waste putting on gloves. There's a serial killer out.
I was like, what do you think? What do you think we're gonna do with this? We have no time.
We're trying to catch a serial killer here. It's like, it's kind of how you do it. You kind of get the
there's no time. When will he strike again?
Yeah, because even if you catch him, unless you have a confession, you have to be able to prove it. So you kind of have to gather all of your evidence to be able to prove that he's the one, because just having a guy and saying he's the killer doesn't really get you anywhere without evidence.
Right.
So
nowhere.
But okay. So there's that movie.
Yes. I'm glad to hear about the Chris Rock performance though, because like, yeah, I was really curious about that part.
Yeah,
For me,
I mean, it
because
wasn't.
I'm not a
it
horror
wasn't
movie guy, but I really wanted to
right.
hear that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just was. There were moments that it could have been done better, but
Sure.
I think, given like what you obviously just in my description was able to point out with the stupid directing, I wonder how much of it was like, Chris Rock did a scene and then they go, "We got it," instead of the director being like, "Chris, you kind of rolled your eyes, is weird there."
Right.
And it made me feel like you were being sarcastic. If you
Right.
could do it again and not have that fucking look on your face, that would help.
Right. I gotcha.
Yeah. So there's just some shit like that. It seemed to be a slightly lower budget version of the Saw things.
Yeah.
I mean, after I said, I think there was only 3 deaths, which is kind of rare in a Saw movie.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, normally they kill quite a few people. Well, Saw 1 was a different story.
Okay, I was gonna say I saw that. I did actually see the first one, and
yeah,
like starts out with like two dudes and their dicks are chained together, and there's a saw in the middle of the room.
Yeah, and they're just like,
one of you would cut off your dick.
Yeah. Now we're just doing Bane.
Yeah, that was the first voice that came to mind. I don't even know. I don't remember the Saw voice because that's how I saw it.
Yeah,
not too long after it came out on the video.
Yeah, it's like a high pitched laugh. It's like that was terrible, but it's like that.
But it can say words.
I can maybe get closer if I got loud, and I'm not gonna do that because my son's sleeping.
Right.
If I wake my wife up, whatever. Fucking. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and then the Saw guy was always just like, do you want to play a game? He had a voice like that. It was just like a normal voice. He'd just be like, "There's a key to the lock behind your eye."
I remember that.
And I put it back there for some reason. If you want to get out of here, you're gonna have to take a knife and cut behind your eye and get the key before the timer goes out and splits your fucking face open or whatever. It's always some shit like that where it's like you gotta mutilate yourself if you want to get out of here alive.
Right.
But hey, that's the name of the game. It's hard to watch. A lot of them are hard to watch. They're probably one of my least favorite horror movies because I like horror that has like a good storyline and is creepy. And these are just gore fests with like illogical murders most of the time. where they're just like, you were a bad guy. And because you were bad, now you're going to have to reach into your own stomach. I'm like, what?
Right.
This guy's just like a sadistic, evil person.
Right.
And he's like kind of a Dexter type where he's like, I only really fuck up people that are bad people.
Yep.
They definitely didn't deserve this shit. But they're still not good people.
Right. Doesn't make them good. But Jesus Christ.
No. So obviously I like Friday the 13th, all those movies, all the classic movies.
Yep.
Go and check all those out. I've said that
definitely
before.
talked about those before.
Definitely. But there's another movie that I started watching and I kind of gave up on. I think maybe I'll go back because I want to be able to finish it and maybe give an update later.
Okay.
I watched the first. Okay. It's called Sharks of the Corn. In the description on Amazon Prime, it says horror, and then next to that, it says serious.
Serious.
I'm like, serious? This seems like a joke.
Serious horror? What the fuck are you trying to say?
It is definitely made to be a shitty movie for sure. There are things that like, if there are things that are just too fucking blatant
Mhm.
where it's like you're definitely trying to make it funny,
Uh-huh.
but also like the dialogue, the acting,
Mhm.
I wonder how much of it is supposed to be funny, like they're trying to be funny, and how
Yeah.
much of it ends up just being bad because they're also like not good. I tr- I tried to look up the budget, and all I could find was it's not a bad movie for for them having a $20 budget is what they said, and then they
Right,
said,
right.
and then they also said, and 10 of that was spent on a pizza party for the crew and cast. Dude, it is so bad, and I didn't know what to expect when I go into it. So the first part of it I really enjoyed because I thought it was trying to be serious.
Okay.
And it's like there's this guy and this
Oh my
girl.
god, I can't stop.
What?
No, I can't stop yawning for anybody who's watching the video. It's not that your story's boring or anything like that.
No,
I
no.
just can't fucking stop yawning right now.
No worries. I didn't know what you were talking about. I wasn't even watching you, so I didn't see you yawn. I
Yeah,
just heard
sorry,
you,
I
I
shouldn't have
can't
interrupted.
stop, and I was like, "Wait, can't stop what?
Won't
Can't
stop.
stop the feeling."
Oh, you in a different
So-
direction. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So the movie starts off with there's a guy and a girl in a well-lit cornfield. Everybody knows scariest movies are in the middle of the fucking afternoon. So they're in this cornfield and they're sitting like it's a fucking picnic, and they're in a field, and the guy
is so
is
weird.
just swigging. It's New Amsterdam vodka. I can see it plain as day. I know you didn't pay to have that in there.
Right.
I bet you're gonna get in trouble. Like, so it's like, how much of this is real and how much of it is just you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing? So he's just swigging that, and he's like, I'll give you a 3 swig head start, because the girl's just like, oh, you find me and maybe you find something else. Just like terrible dialogue. She starts walking. She starts walking and like taking off pieces of clothing and like throwing it back to him.
Oh boy.
And so he's just kind of like following her. She throws her bra. He finds it and he goes, oh, what's this? And then goes, and I'm like, oh, dude, the bra? What? Just like, dude, you have any idea what like happens with women? Like, I understand sometimes they go for the panties, but the bra just has like under boob sweat.
Just has boob sweat in it, dude.
That's fucking gross, dude. It's just boob sweat. Like you don't. Who sniffs the fucking bra?
Even Japanese people don't put bras in fucking vending machines, dude.
No. They're just like, why? Why would you sniff the bra? I don't get. No. I'm not trying to buy a shirt. Who wants it? But anyways, so he keeps following her as she's taking off all of her clothes, and she ends up taking off her top, and it's pretty quick in, and you're like, oh, titties.
Titties, all right.
Just so everybody knows, they are not bad boobies, but
Nice.
she's like a 6. So I'm not trying to shit on her.
No.
But it's like, don't go into this movie expecting like, oh, he said there's tits, that's good enough for me. And it's like, well, they're nice tits. But here's my favorite part, and definitely my favorite person in this movie is the fucking editor, because
my favorite character in this movie is the editor.
his humor was fucking cracking me up, because bad or not, the cuts that they were doing was great.
Yeah, dude.
So after she gets her shirt off and he's walking, dude, just third person fake shark head in through the cornfield.
Immediately after that.
And then she's like, no. And then she gets murdered. And there's like a bunch of like bite marks, but they keep showing like all of it in her toddler's body, and they're like zooming in, and then the camera like comes right in on the titty, and then like moves back, and then goes in on the titty again. Just keeps giving a close up of the one titty. I'm just like, yeah, dude, this editor is killing it right now. A little bit later on in the movie, when they go back to like, they stray away from that storyline for a second to talk about a man who idolizes sharks and is a serial killer. So now you have sharks swimming in the cornfield, but also there's a serial killer guy that wears a shark gator over a red ski mask. But after they get finished talking about him again, they cut back to the boyfriend talking to the cops about what happened, but it goes back to that with just that same close up of the titty again. you just go right back to it. You're just like, oh, there's that titty again. So yeah, like
this editor sounds dope.
Yeah, dude, and the shark serial killer guy. It's like him putting on a mask, doing the other stuff. Well, it's like cutting back and forth between like pictures of real sharks and shit.
What?
And then he's like, and then he's doing like every once in a while it do the fade from like regular to like the negative, you know, and it'd have like weird music. So it'd be like, reep, reep, and then it just go like from the regular to the negative fade and just be like, zoom. And just, I'm watching it like, what the fuck is happening? And he's a serial killer or whatever. They show him murder somebody, the pieces of the body that are in the cornfield. So now he's in the cornfield murdering too. So it's a serial killer shark man murdering in the same cornfield that there are real sharks murdering people in the cornfield. But the real sharks didn't come. Well, they had that, but also,
oh my god!
So also, there's like these. All of a sudden, he murders that. He goes into this like hotel, and this hotel has this woman sitting there, and she's like a hooker, and she's got a syringe tucked into her like thigh high pink fishnet stockings.
Sure.
She takes it out, and she's like, "Do you want to party?" It's a syringe with no needle. You can see there's no needle. and he's also got his fucking gator on without the ski mask. And she's like, "Oh my god, aren't you so cute? Do you want to party?" And then she's like, "Okay, here's the deal. It's 60 up front and 60 when we're done. Deal?" And he's just like nods his head. He brings her into the room, takes out his like shark mouth, like actual like shark mouth that you would buy from like a gift shop, and then just like starts murdering with it. But it's like such a weak smash. And they show her face like gets all fucked up and the skin's like all peeled back, but it's very poorly done, and I can still see her mouth like perfectly inside the bad prosthetics and stuff. And then she like dies, and I'm just like, you wouldn't die from a mouth wound. And then there's a cop that pulls this guy over because he's driving a little bit later, and there's the cop like looks in the back seat and is like, "Get out of the car," and she makes him get out of the car. He's still got the dumb gator on, and the whole time she's like way too close, like got the gun at his chest, and he's like not doing any moves or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even remember what the fuck happened to her. I zoned out, but it's just like none of it makes any sense
because it's all so over the fucking all over the
storylines all over the place, dude. Seriously, hold on. The best reveal, I'll tell you. Just stick with me for a minute. There are two people in black outfits, like they're fucking ninjas, but they are just like robbers, right? And they're going through, and as they're going through the woods, there are more people with these shark gators on, like shark mouth gators, but they are holding ARs, and they're
What?
protecting some sort of like an airplane hangar. And these two like
What?
these two robbers are like running inside the airplane hangar. And when they get inside the airplane hangar, there is a baby shark in a formaldehyde like solution jar, and they look at it and they nod to each other, and then they set up a bomb and they run out of there. And the people that have the ARs like look at them and go, "What? No!" and like run into where the bomb is. Bomb goes off, blows everything up. When the bomb goes off and blows everything up, it starts showing like Stonehenge. And then when that happens, there's like sharks. The sharks swim in the corn again.
What?
So when but then so they blew up that thing, and then I don't know so they ended up stealing it, but then they blew up the whole facility that it was in. And then they go and they end up selling it to some guy in some trunk. He's just in a car. He's got like an old shitty Malibu, and he's like, "Do you have it?" And he gives them, he's like, half now, half when the job is done or whatever. Same exact shit the hooker said.
Yeah.
So he gets his formaldehyde jar, ends up taking out a regular black straw. It is just a straw. Blow darts these two people after he gets the shit sold. They go down. He goes back and takes back the money. And then you start following him around a little bit. And then I kind of lost interest while I was following him around because it seemed like they were trying to do more of a storyline.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm 25 minutes into this movie.
Fuck, dude. So far, nobody that's been on screen in the 20 minutes has actually stayed on screen anymore. There are no establishing characters. You're 20 minutes in, everybody's new character related. Still.
There's a woman when they go to the crime scene where they cut to that titty. The cop, there's a paramedic, like an EMS in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got like a white shirt on, and she's trying to like tape off the crime scene, but instead of having a roll of tape, she has like already lengthened out roll, and she like ties it to a cornstalk, and she's like trying to like unravel it as she wraps it all off.
Okay.
The boyfriend and the cop are standing right next to the fucking body, so she's like making sure nobody goes near the body while they're standing next to the body having this conversation. The cop is just played stupidly. It's dumb. He radios to the other woman. They are on camera together. They are using walkie-talkies to communicate, and they are close enough together that they can just talk.
Can be seen.
And that's where I'm like, okay, so they're definitely trying to make it be funny, but what they're trying to write as jokes are not landing. The shitty film and the editor are what are getting me, because the cop is like, "Did you find anything over there?" And she's like, "Just a lot of blood and condoms, lots of condoms." And it's just like, oh,
sweet joke.
Sweet joke. Condoms all over the cornfield. Great. Whatever. And it's like, why are there a lot of condoms?
Right.
Is this like a known like fucking place?
Yeah, I guess. People go in the cornfield and fuck all the time.
I guess. And this was one drunk guy whose girl got murdered by a shark. They didn't use any condoms. And I mean, maybe, not spoiler alert, but if you're listening to this and you're sensitive, I mean, if you did the girlfriend after she died, why are you using a condom? She's dead.
She can't get pregnant.
She can't get pregnant, bro. That one might have been a little bit much, but I gave you a fair warning.
It was funny.
But
Let me tell you something.
Jesus Christ.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
That might have been a little much too.
I really hope that The audio was on point there. But hell yeah, busting does make you feel good. I would suppose it would be a little bit less good if your partner was deceased.
She's a real dead fish, if you know what I mean.
Oh, murdered by a shark in broad daylight. In a cornfield of all places.
Oh my god.
But yeah, then the cop doesn't believe him, obviously. You're trying to tell me that your girlfriend was murdered by a shark in the middle of the day. But he didn't see anything either because he passed out. He drank too much of that New Amsterdam vodka and passed out. So he didn't see anything. And he's like, maybe it's a wild animal. Clearly has bite marks all over it. And the cop's just like, so let me get this straight. You brought her out here and then you murdered her. Like, there's bite marks.
Nobody's looking at these and saying these are human. Look at it.
Clearly.
Just look at it.
Clearly, yeah. But that's as far as I got in on that movie.
That shit was funny though.
Dude.
So far.
So yeah, if you like campy bullshit that's trying to be funny, that's probably a good movie for you. I don't necessarily care for that kind of stuff, but the editor was getting me.
Props to him.
He's got a good sense of humor, how he was cutting things and moving in and out and some of the stuff. I also wonder if some of the mistakes that I saw were also meant to be, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like there's one point where that weird serial killer guy has the gator on and like he walks the hooker into the room and then when they like go back to him for his part, he's got the gator with the ski mask on. He didn't have the ski mask on before. But it was such a quick cut and they didn't try to make it obvious. I was like, was that a real screw up there?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. No,
I feel like it was
that one up, but
or not fucked it up and the editor did it on purpose.
Because the editor's funny.
Because the editor is funny. I'm putting in the cut where he's got the mask on. Nobody cares about this movie anyways. Or he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He doesn't have any dialogue and all he does is murder with people with a shark's mouth.
Right. It's stupid. I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to make it funny.
So stupid. Yeah. If you're
sounds like... What? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not going to go through the whole storyline because it's really new and I thought it was an enjoyable watch. There's some flaws still, but I thought The Pope's Exorcist was good. I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah, Pope's Exorcist is actually based on a true story. Like when you get to the end, they tell you about the guy and about, you know, how long he lived, where he lived and stuff. And
shit.
I honestly, maybe I should have said spoiler alert because I didn't know that until the end. And I go, wait a minute, this was a true story?
Oh,
holy shit.
So it's kind of a reveal, but
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, but it's also called The Pope's Exorcist. Like it's a story about a real guy. So maybe I just was in the dark and I think that was on Netflix and I just went for it. Like I saw it and I'm like, ooh, yeah. Because it's also The Gladiator. What's that guy's name?
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe. He's the main actor.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and he's a great actor, man. It's like very believable. He's kind of funny, you know, in a sense too, in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Like he plays like a real person, you know, he's almost like a badass, but like not a badass in the sense that he's like, oh, I got this. He's just kind of like cool and collected, dealing with actual like possessed people.
Oh.
And he's just like, don't worry.
Huh,
yeah.
Thinking about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. He kind of has that demeanor where he's like, don't worry. We'll go in. We have to get the demon out. You know, that kind of shit where he's just like, yeah, she's possessed. I get you're scared. I'm not. Let's fucking do this kind of shit.
Okay.
You know,
that's cool.
Yeah. And like I saw that The Pope's Exorcist was going to be on an episode of How Did This Get Made? Where they're like, you know, that podcast is about movies that are so bad they're good a lot of times.
Right.
I didn't really think that this one was bad, but like I said, there are some flaws, but as far as an entertainment standpoint goes,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty good, dude.
Oh,
Honestly.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody's looking for like a creepy movie that's doing well, that one was good.
Did it
And
have, like, was there a lot of like murders and fucking slasher shit in it, or is it just like a creepy movie?
there was a couple of murders, and there's more. It's creepy because it's more of a reveal of like the past, kind of.
Mm.
Like you learn that like this movie is based off of that guy, but it's about one story of that guy. Like he's done, I mean, there's a little bit more to it. They do show him performing an exorcism earlier
Okay.
on somebody
Yep.
and how he's able to get, the demon out.
Mm-hmm.
But like later on, it's kind of like a full circle for him. And then also they're talking about shit way back in the past. So it's like a creepy
Mm.
movie, but it like ties into the whole Catholicism situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's interesting. It held my attention, and honestly, like most of the time I watch movies in two settings. I don't have enough time to sit down and watch a full movie most of the time, so
Right.
I'll watch the first half.
Yep.
And I found myself midway being like, I got to go to bed, but I really don't want to.
Oh.
Like, I want to finish this movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it had my attention midway through. And another movie that's probably going to give you nightmares. The Evil Dead. That new Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
Fucking creepy as shit, dude.
Really?
And it's gory and gross. I didn't particularly care for the ending. I thought the ending was a little bit weak, but I think the ending's weak on a lot of horror movies. It's hard to
wrap up.
story like
It's
that.
got to be hard. It's probably why they don't do well, right? On like IMDb and shit.
Right.
It's
Well,
because
for
it's
me
just hard to
too,
wrap it up.
if you can't have something that like lingers with you a little bit, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the ending's not bad. It's, I don't know how to put it. It's almost like there's what you thought was the ending is kind of shitty,
Yeah.
but then the like true ending is one more that you kind of go like, oh shit, like it kind of ties back in with other shit.
Uh-huh.
So I don't want to say more than that because I don't want to ruin that for anybody. But that one, dude, that one is a creepy ass movie.
Yeah.
That one they kept showing commercials of where I was just like, where do you draw the line here?
Oh.
I don't want to be that parent, but I kept telling, every time the commercial would come on, I'd just be like, Beckett, look at me, look at me, look at me.
I remember
look
you
at this.
telling that story, and I ended up seeing a commercial before that one came out too, and I thought the same thing, like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah. Well,
that
they
was
say
rough.
such
And
a
I just saw it on YouTube when I was watching shit by myself.
Yeah. Dude, that's basically a living dead corpse. And she just like turns her head creepy and says, Mommy's with the maggots now. And that's supposed to be their mom. That is their mom talking to the children saying Mommy's with the maggots now.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking
That's
creepy
fucked up,
as
dude.
shit. The whole movie is creepy. How they bring everything back to life. Oof. I loved it. It was so so I'm not going to tell anybody what happens.
I was gonna say, don't spoil though, because this is new
but
too.
I'll say in the old ones, they always end up finding this book, right? And they go through the book and there's always some dumb shit that reads the fucking passages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually studied Latin. I know how to say this. And then reads it. And then the fucking creepy shit starts happening and they unleash it. They didn't stray too far away from that kind of a storyline, but the way they did it was so much more believable than this other stupid ass fucking guy goes in the basement, finds a book, and reads the shit.
Mm,
You
right.
know, the
Yeah.
way they did it was arguably creepier and better. And I loved everything about it. And I've always been a fan of the Evil Dead stuff. If you want to go back to the
Mhm.
other Evil Dead, where there's that cute chick from Suburgatory.
I'm not familiar. I bet you if I've seen her, I know.
I can't remember her name right now. Suburgatory was only that was an underrated show too. I think there was only like 2 seasons for it, but if you like sitcoms, this wasn't like a multicam sitcom. This was like a little bit different. But good shit. Maybe it's a multicam. I don't really know what the fuck a
Multicam is like Everybody Loves Raymond, Full House,
right?
stuff
But
like
this is
that. The different ones are you're talking like The Office and Modern Family.
Yeah. See, it was more. Well, Modern Family wasn't a multicam.
Was it not?
So it's more like a Modern Family. Where
Okay.
there's not a studio audience. It's like the girl's name was Tessa. I can't remember what her name is right now.
That's
But
starting to
she's
sound familiar though.
That other one is a remake. This Evil Dead one is a completely new movie.
New, nice.
That other one was a remake of the original.
Right.
And it was creepy as shit because the originals are like kind of campy and supposed to be funny a little bit.
Yeah, and that's why when you said it at first, if somebody was watching the YouTube close, I did kind of give my face like I kind of gave that like, wait, what? What is going on here?
Yeah.
So
the Evil Dead that was remade with her, and then this one, both creepy as shit.
Nice.
Very good movies. Very hardcore. Like they are not for the faint of heart either.
Really?
There's Saw level murders on there where they show shit, and they are like the kind where you're like, oh shit. Oh.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. So gnarly movies. Good shit though.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Kick
I had
ass.
another one too. I was trying to think of.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make, but if you got it.
Well, I did. I had one more, and now I can't think of what the hell I was gonna say.
Well, that's okay. If you think of it, I'm just going to use this opportunity to say that this is the Halloween special, and we are going to do a reading. So when we get done here with our chatting, we're going to do a poem at the end of this. And I'm going to do some sound editing and shit like that. I'll split it off for Halloween week. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. It's fucking written by AI, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
So we'll go into that. Actually, we'll preface this and then we'll start it. So when we're done here, we'll do our sign up. We'll sign off and shit like that. And then on the regular podcast feed, it's just going to roll right into it. I'll put a little pause and whatever. And then we'll talk for 3 minutes and then we'll go into the poem and we'll read and it'll go into it. And then that way, when I peel it off for Halloween week and our off week, it'll have that like opening too. But yeah, it's written by AI. So stick around for the story before we start that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't think of that other shit.
Well, it sounds like Sharks of the Corn was probably written by AI too, and then edited by some funny ass human. So
no, AI would have wrote a better movie. Sharks of the Corn was written by an idiot.
I would have written a better movie.
Yeah, for sure, it would have written a better movie because the Dudesy podcast is right now having it used to do ad reads for their Dudesy mugs with Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
The last 5 or 6 episodes, it has Tom Hanks saying that he can't talk about that right now because he's on set with his new movie, but here's a trailer. And it puts out trailers with Tom Hanks, and it has actual video and shit that you can find on.
It's not video, but it's animated.
Well, right.
Realistic animated photo. Or realistic. AI generated images that have been animated by an AI.
Right. So yeah,
dude, it's fucking wild.
I shouldn't say actual video, but you know what I'm talking about, like where you can actually watch something, you
Yeah.
know, where it's
Yeah.
and
Like it's a trailer. You can
it's talking about just insane shit,
the wildest shit.
but it's like an actual storyline that makes sense. It's off the wall, but it's not near, like it would have a storyline that you could follow along with, even if it's crazy.
Right. It
This
does.
piece of shit, Sharks of the Corn,
It just doesn't even have a story.
No, it doesn't have a story. It's all over the fucking place. I mean, it seemed like it was getting into a little bit of a story, and that's when it started losing me. I was way more into just the random
shit
where
that
I
was
just kept
happening.
going, what the fuck? And also, I think it's like 106 minutes runtime.
Jesus.
So I'm to this point going like, how in the hell is there another hour and 10 minutes? You know, it's like somewhere
Like
in
how?
that ballpark. I
Right.
didn't do the actual math. I'm just throwing it.
Right,
I'm
but
gotta
yeah,
be
I know
close.
what you're saying. Yeah, it's like,
But
how could there be
it's
another
like,
hour of this or whatever?
is there even more to a storyline? Or do we just keep adding on to random bullshit? You know, I don't know.
Right.
I'm
You don't know.
curious. Maybe
Well,
go
if you
check out that
find
movie
out,
and
let
learn
us know.
together.
Like if you
Yeah,
do get back to it, follow up in the next podcast because
just
I'm curious, but I kind of want to watch it.
yeah,
It's just
dude,
so
it's
stupid.
I mean, that one titty, you see it. It's nice. It's a good titty.
Damn, your titty, yo.
That's a fully, yo.
Fully, man.
Fully. There might be more than one fully. I don't know. I haven't got that far in. We'll see. I'm curious to see if it comes back, if that one titty comes back into the movie somehow again.
It's like a reoccurring character, callback to character or some shit.
Exactly. It's like not the comic relief, but just like the break in the tension.
Right.
Everything's too dark. Throw that titty in there again.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. All right, dude. Well, we hit 2 hours already on the regular thing. We still got to go into our reading. So
also, if anybody wants to help us fund a movie, you heard us improv here. We could definitely do better than the fucking Sharks of the Corn.
Sharks of the Corn.
Oh man. If
hit us up, realaf.tv/contact.
Yeah.
We're looking.
Let us know. We'll make it.
Damn right. All right, dude. That's it. That's a Halloween special, right?
Woo. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Done.
Stick around for the reading. This was written by AI a little bit. We'll get into that story, but we'll take a pause and then we'll jump into that little soundscape going on here and shit like that.
And come back for the next episode where I hopefully have an update for you on some shit I caught in the ocean.
Oh, that's right. Fuck yeah. Nice teaser. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Here we go. Wrecked him. Damn near killed him. Am I right?
Hey.
Okay. The poem. This has a little bit of a backstory, so we're going to go into it, and then we're going to get into this backstory because I feel like I have to share it, and then we'll get into all the soundscape and the reading and all that fun stuff. But Tim, this is a AI written poem, like I alluded to in the other part of it. I gave it prompts. I said I want like a water lake based setting, cabin, you know. I kind of gave it the prompts, and then I gave it a couple poets where I was like, maybe this and this style kind of mashed together.
Okay.
And it spit out this poem, which is it's way better than I thought. It was way creepier than I thought, first of all.
Sure.
I think it turned out good. But we even just spent 10, 15 minutes editing it before we came on. So now this poem is officially written by some AI, because fuck that AI, doesn't need credit. I mean, I love you, AI. I'll give you credit. Right. I'll put a link in the description and everything for you.
Yeah.
And then it says, and then I put edited by me and you.
Yeah.
And I'll do that. Like that's what I'm going to put in the description of the video when we do it. But it was written initially by a AI. I just said, give me a poem that's about 3 minutes long to read.
That's what the world is coming to, and it's like you said, a decent poem. It's creepy. It's like a little ghost story of a poem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's decent. So I thought, what the hell, dude? Let's take advantage of it. I'm having trouble finding stuff with in the public domain, but mostly it's like AI is the hot topic right now. So let's see what it can do and get it worked into the podcast. So
yeah.
What the hell? Let's have some fun. But it took some editing. It really did take some editing.
Sure. Yeah, because you did a little bit before I looked at it, and then when I looked at it, I was like, "Ooh, here's a couple of things we should probably change."
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, and it like rhymed old with cold, and I was like, nah. There's a time and place for that. This is not it.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't do it good. It was bad. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to like seriously let it all out, let it be known, let it say like, yeah. I prompted an AI to write this, and here it is.
The lake house stood alone and still, a relic of time gone by. Its walls were worn, the windows cracked. 'Twas caked with dust and cobwebs. The moon was full. The night was dark. The fog was thick. The air was crisp. The only sound was a dog's bark. He sensed something strange. A mortal risk? The door creaked open with a groan, as if it had not moved in years. The floorboards creaked. The wind had blown and whispered secrets in our ears. We walked inside, our hearts aflutter with fear and dread and curiosity. We knew that we should leave, but what's the matter? We were drawn to this atrocity. The fireplace roared, the flames were high, but they could not dispel the chill. We heard a sound, a mournful cry, and then we saw it, standing still. A figure, draped in tattered cloth, its face obscured by shadows deep. It beckoned us with fingers gnarled, and we could not resist the weep. It led us to a hidden room where secrets lay in wait for us. A book of spells, a cursed room, and other things that caused disgust. We tried to leave, but it was too late. The house had claimed us as its own. We were trapped inside this cursed estate, forevermore to call it home.